Okay, any final thoughts from?
One other thing, as you mentioned, we started, Kirwan is coming up. Again, it's not just, I've been through this before with Thornton years ago, and I was on the school board at the time. There is a big county component to this. So we want to make sure that, how it affects our county and you for Howard County is big, that's what matters to us. And it's going to be flying, and they're going to see how wonderful everything is. But, we want to make sure, number one, our schools do well, and we do well with a little. And we want to make sure that, there's accountability in there, and that our school system doesn't, just because we're doing well, sometimes you get they give schools, they almost reward people that do poorly instead of rewarding people that do well. So we want to make sure that the reward is there for doing well and not continuing to reward people that have never really achieved. Because when this conversation happened in 1998, and I was a part of it, there was supposed to be all this accountability, and we're going to have all this student achievement. And if you look at some of the student achievement in these counties, it has not, a single thing has changed. And we put $1.2 billion into it back then. So we've got to focus on, you can't just keep throwing money at these things without the accountability in some of these, and it's not about Carroll County, it's about, we represent, the whole state is going to be impacted by this. So throwing money at a jurisdiction that just continues to waste it and still has people that can't read, it just drives me crazy. So make sure that you guys at BoCC speak up and tell us.
It's interesting, Susan, because at BoCC, the discussion has been, I don't know how many times I've rolled my eyes, because it's all about, Kirwan is all about what they weren't tasked to do.
Yep.
But we'll get into a debate with my colleagues at the MACO table from the Montgomery counties and the Prince George's counties of the world, and that's when the eye rolling starts.
Let's
So
realize
it's been,
what we're up against.
so trust me, we're all over that one as well.
And communicate during this whole, and I told the Board of Ed the same thing, because, you guys are crunching the numbers, you got staff to crunch the
Right.
numbers.
So at the public hearing, the Kirwan public hearing, so Jan Gardner and Laura Price from Talbot spoke. Both, I think, were very clear in their, very strong concerns about the funding formulas.
Was that yesterday or is that today?
No, that was a couple weeks ago.
Well, today, their last meeting.
They're supposed to put the formulas out, yes.
Today's
But
last.
still haven't seen, and they may not come until something goes to the
Well, I think
Senate.
didn't they say, Mike, Christmas Eve or something? Originally, they said they were going to put them out, or? I
There
don't
have been
know.
so many targets.
I know.
I mean,
So
I'm just
whatever.
one point. Years ago, we added all-day kindergarten, and in Carroll County, as you remember, who's been here, we had full-time aides in every one of our kindergarten rooms for decades, and we did really, really well. We then had to go to full-day kindergarten, we had to get rid of our aides so we could, and we had to build all these new additions on, and there's been no measurable increase in third grade reading levels since we did that. And so, we've already done some of these things, and everybody wants to do all-day all-day nursery school and then pre-K, and they're going to take them from the hospital. But the question becomes, what happened the last time? Did we see measurable results?
Right.
And so we need to keep asking those questions, because I'm going to tell you, everybody's going to get on board and say, yes, we need to do this, and yes, we need to do that, but we already did it, and we're going to need to learn from what we did. So
Okay.
make sure MACO's asking those questions as well. What did we get out of the last time? How do we make sure this money's being spent, and we're going to get results out of it, not just, hey, to go home and say we got free daycare for people.
Accountability is a novel concept.
It's
Some
interesting,
places, not in
isn't it?
Howard County, but.
Yeah, funding and accountability are the two issues that MACO is focused,
So more to come.
laser-like on.